When I was making this decision to actually, after 4 years of retirement, may as well say almost 5 years of retirement of being out of traditional network marketing, and truly and honestly believing that I would never ever do this again. When I finally had this come across my lap and even considered it, which was, things happen so fast, but even when I considered it and I began to move in that direction to start putting some things in place, I began to realize that a lot of times we don't know what we really want because so many people are influencing our decisions. We're worrying about, well, what will people think? What will they say? How many people will tell me that it's a bad idea? How many people will tell me that I don't think you should do that because of X, Y, and Z? You start playing all these scenarios in your mind and the fear sets in. And it often gets very hard to hear your own voice. It gets hard to know what is it that I really want. And in this process, I had to deal with that. I had to make some tough decisions. I had to get on the phone with a lot of big players and say, hey, you know what? This is a decision that I made. You may not like it. You might not appreciate it, but it's something that I feel is best for me. And in this process, I'll tell you what, this is probably one of the first times that I truly, truly honored and made a decision, even though I knew it would come under a lot of scrutiny and a lot of just judgment and a lot of other things. But I made this decision that was best for me with the willingness to accept what comes along with it, but going after it without worrying about everyone else. Now, it wasn't an easy process, but here's what I learned. People pleasing is a cancer. And we have to be very careful that we don't make our life's decisions to make other people happy. And when I say that, I mean, there's often times where there's something that you may have thought you didn't want to do, and then the opportunity presents itself, and it might be a good move for you at that moment. Guys, life is about seasons, right? But in that season, it's a new season. It might be time for you to make a decision in that moment. You may not know why things changed, right? But who are you to question that? What happens is if you can learn to honor that and be bold enough to tell those who you feel matter most to you that you're making this move without worrying about their opinion, and you take action on it, you're going to see how much you flourish in your maturity of growth in your life. Because what happens now is you begin to quiet the noise of everyone else and you allow the volume to go up on your own internal voice. And that's something that I discovered in this process. Can't say that it didn't come with the fear, the hesitation, but I said, you know what? I'm going to confront the fear and do it anyway. I'm going to deal with all this stuff. But here's what I learned about business. You got to bury your emotions. What I mean by that, guys, is you can't get caught up in the emotional side of making a decision. You got to focus on the rational piece. What is the smart, wise move that will benefit you in a way, unlike anything that, what are the clear-cut options and why should you make that move? And if it makes sense from a practicality standpoint, I don't want to say practicality because sometimes it looks like you're stepping into something that is impossible, right? But if you bury your emotions and the feelings of it all and you get down to what really makes sense for you, you'll go a lot further in life. And I love to take business advice from older males in business who don't have any emotion behind what they do. They keep the bottom line the bottom line. When you start learning how to do that, guys, your life will be elevated in ways, man. It'll go to a whole new movement. And you know what? People will sit back. They'll probably wait for you to fail and all that stuff. But be okay. Kanye West said something that was truly profound to me. He said, one thing that I've learned in life is to fail loudly and fail forward. And what that means, guys, if you fail, big deal. Keep it moving. Life is about getting out there. One thing I never want to do is live with regrets or shoulda, coulda, wouldas. I'd much rather step out there, give it a try. If it don't work, hey, it's like Albert Einstein. I didn't fail 10,000 times. I just found 10,000 ways that it did not work. So, guys, if you have something you want to do, you want to make a decision and move forward, don't let other people tell you what to do. Don't be influenced by the opinions of others. Les Brown said, don't ever let anyone else's opinion of you become your reality. Even good or bad, guys. You got to know what you want for you and take action on it. And that's what we're doing over here. So if you want to become a part of the movement, go ahead and click the link below. Tap into what it is that we're doing, guys. It's so much bigger than a business. It's about really helping people to start getting elevated in their lives, to do things that, they desire to do, but they didn't have the vehicle to make it happen. So tap into what we're doing. Let's get ready to win, baby.